In the beginning of the drama, we see our male lead Han, who is president of DS Group, but he is disabled. So he organizes a party where many famous actors and actresses have come, in which one actress comes close to Han and acts as if she falls on him. But this action becomes heavy on her because Han ends her entertainment industry career, as his company is the biggest film producing company. On the other hand, our female lead is shown. Her name is Juan. She is a famous manhwa artist, and she has come to the city for the treatment of her son Tiong because he has a kidney problem. So she is walking with Tiong when on the way she sees outside a shop. Then she says to herself, 6 years have passed. How have you changed? After seeing him, she recognizes him. Tiong says, Mama, this is my father, right? I want to meet him. Juan says, no son, he is not your father. He says, obviously he is my father. Tiong was thirsty, so she goes into the shop to bring water. After that, Tiong sees balloons in front and runs behind them to catch them. And while running, he reaches another side where he sees Han sitting on a wheelchair. Then he runs towards him saying, Tiong has found his father. And he goes and hugs Han and starts calling on him, Daddy, Daddy. At night, Han's assistant pulls him away and says, Son, he is not your father. Tiong says, you are lying. He is my father. Then again, he holds Han's legs and says, Dad. Han says, I am not your father. Where is your mom? Juan comes out holding a water bottle and does not see Tiong, so she gets worried and starts searching around. Han tells his assistant to find his mother with Tiong, but Tiong says, I want to go with my father. Han had to attend a board meeting, so he says, fine, I will take you with me. Then he sits in the car and leaves. Juan becomes very worried for not finding Tiong. She shows his photo to people and asks, but no one has seen him. While Tiong in the car keeps Smijuan looking at Han. Han asks, why are you looking at me? He says, because my father is very handsome. After that, Han sees Tiong's bag ID where Juan's number was there, so he tells the assistant to call that number and come to DS Group to take Tiong. The assistant calls and tells, your son is in DS Group. Come and take him. Juan gets shocked hearing the name of the group, but still she goes there. She tells the receptionist and runs inside to take Han. Sees Tiong Smijuan and Tiong says, Father, you are very handsome. Han says, do not call me father, call me uncle. After that, Juan reaches there. Tiong says, Mama, see, I found my father. Both look at each other. Han looks at her with anger. Then he calls the assistant and sends Tiong outside to play. Han says, 6 years passed after you left me. Juan says, I loved you. Han says, I became disabled as you said before. Juan says, I told you I can cure you. But Han stops her and says, do you think I will forget easily? When I needed you the most, you left me. He comes near Han and says sorry. Han says, I do not like your helpless face, and grabs her neck and asks, why did you come here with this child? Juan says, I came for the treatment of my child, and requests him to leave her. After that, Han angrily asks, who is the father of this child? Juan feels pain and asks him to leave, but Han says, when you left me 6 years ago, did you think about my pain? Flashback of 6 years ago starts. They came to a snowy mountain, but the weather became very bad. Juan lost her way and was call Han's name. Then weather became worse, so she went into a hut, but the owner locked the door and she got trapped inside. Han was searching for her and reaches there. She calls him. He comes out and both feel happy seeing each other. We come to know they were engaged. While returning, a boulder was about to fall on Juan, but Han saves her and becomes disabled. Then he is taken to hospital. After that, when Juan gets conscious, she goes to see him, but Lena stops her and says, because of saving you, Han became disabled. This shocks her. Lena says she can cure Han, but her grandfather wants her marriage with Han, and seeing your engagement he got angry. But there is one way. Next day, Lena says she can convince her grandfather and help in treatment, but you have to leave Han forever. Juan agrees for Han's treatment. In the morning, when Han gets conscious, Juan says, I want breakup because you are disabled and useless. I cannot waste my life caring for you. Han says, we promise to stay together. But she says, I do not want to ruin my life. Han's mother throws her out. Lena also adds fuel. Juan says, I cannot spend my life caring for a disabled person and leave. Han keeps requesting, but she leaves crying outside. After that, present time Lena comes and asks the receptionist about the child he say Han brought him and his mother who came to take him. Then she goes inside to meet Han. Seeing him, she drops thing. Lena gets shocked seeing her and asks why she came. Juan ignores and says sorry for leaving before. Next Next scene, assistant brings unconscious Tiong and says he fainted. They rush him to the hospital. Juan gets very worried. Han asks about illness. She says he has kidney problem and blood sugar issue. Han again asks who the father is. She says it is none of your business. Lena and Han's mother arrive and insult Juan, but Han warns them not to insult her again. After that, superstar Liang arrives. Juan knows him. Lena again tries to create misunderstanding, saying Juan has an affair with him. Han stops her. Doctor calls Juan inside. Tiong gains consciousness and feels happy seeing his mom and Liang. In the morning, the doctor gives insulin injection. Liang promises to help and gives his contact for a movie adaptation where he is the lead. Next day, Han finds details and buys a media house to control news. A reporter clicks Juan and Liang's photo. After that, the reporter plans to publish photos. Juan goes to meet the media house president, but sees Han there. He says, "Now I am the owner." She refuses discussion. Han asks, "Is Tiang your and Liang's son?" She says, "None of your concern." At night, Han offers her to come back. She refuses, saying breakup is done. Han angrily asks if the child is Liang's son. She denies and slaps him when he insults her, then leave. Both still love each other, but distance remains. Now whether they come close or go far will be seen in the story ahead. Next scene, Liang's manager tells him their hospital photos are leaked and gossip has started. He worries and calls Juan and goes to meet her and warns about media outside. After that, Lena again tries to provoke Han, saying Juan seduced Liang and the child is his, and insults her character. If this happens, then Liang's career will be finished and both of them will be heavily criticized by the public, and because of this, Juan's career will also be finished. Han asks, "Do you think that child is really theirs?" Han was already angry, and hearing this he becomes more angry. After that, Juan says, "If this is true, then our company will face big loss, because our next project is with Liang." Jiang drops her at her house, where she was living in a small rented apartment. Liang says, "Are you really living here? I have seen a better house. You both can shift there." Juan gets angry and says, "Have you become a big superstar now that you don't like small houses?" Next day he says, "That is not like that, sister. I just wanted a better place. After many years, you called me sister." Then flashback starts. After breakup with Han, Juan was very sad and standing on the road when some girls collide with her and her necklace falls. After that, some boys were beating Liang, who is just 17 years old. Seeing this, Juan takes her phone and tells them, "I have called the police and recorded your video." Hearing this, the boys run away. She tries to find her necklace, but suddenly she faints. Liang quickly admits her to hospital, where it is revealed that she is pregnant, and she becomes very worried thinking what she will do alone. She thinks whether to tell Han or not. Liang tells her, "Doctor said you need rest." Coming back to present, Liang and Juan know each other, and she treats him like a younger brother. Juan was going to her apartment when a lady stops her and asks, "You are the girl in photo with superstar Liang. Are you his girlfriend?" Then she asks many questions and she goes inside her room. Next day, Liang is called to Han's office to discuss scandal. Assistant says, "Because of you we may face loss, so you must clarify your relation with Juan and if the child is yours or not." After that, Liang says nothing. His manager says, "We will post that Liang has no relation with child and she is a single mother," but Liang refuses because it will harm Juan and Tiong's reputation. Han was listening to all this from inside room as he wanted to know the truth about Juan and Liang. Juan was screenwriter of movies, so Liang takes her to press conference to show they only met for work. His manager refuses, but he still goes with her. After that, media starts asking questions about their relation, why they met in hospital, and even about her son Tiong. Juan stays silent. Liang was about to announce something to protect her, but Han arrives and says, "This is a movie press conference. No rumor discussion." Liang and Miss Juan only met for work, and anyone spreading rumors will face legal action. Next day, media becomes silent after conference. Juan comes to thank Han. Liang also thanks him, but Han says, "If you cannot handle situation, you should be prepared. Anyway, this rumor gave free publicity to movie, so no need to thank me." After that, Han asks her to push his wheelchair to car while Liang's manager stops him from meet to Juan, but he still goes to hospital. Lena comes hospital and Tiong tells her Han his handsome father. She gets angry and holds him saying, "He is my fiancé, not your daddy." Tiong pushes her. Juan arrives and calms Tiong. Another little girl calls Tiong to play outside. After he leaves, Lena asks who arranged VIP ward, Han or Liang. Juan says, "None of your concern." After that, Lena reminds her, "You promised me to never return." Juan says, "You also promised to treat Han. Then why he is still on wheelchair?" Lena gets angry and threatens her. She says, "Your son is cute, but who is his father? Even you do not know. And if something happens to him, what will you do?" Juan breaks photo frame and warns her not to harm her child. Next day, she reveals truth that Lena tricked her 6 years ago and sent her to Snowy Mountain and locked her. "If Han knows this, he will not spare you." Lena says, "Han trusts me, not you." After that, Juan says, "I came only for my child's treatment. If you interfere again, it will not be good. I will not reveal truth till then." Juan comes out to find Tiang, but finds other girl who says he is downstairs. She sees Tiang playing with Han. Tiang says, "I will be discharged tomorrow. Will you come to pick me?" Before Han replies, Juan comes and Tiang pushes her into Han's lap. After that, Han holds her and starts his automatic wheelchair. Tiang happily runs around them smidgen. The reporter who clicked photos tries to blackmail Lena. She wants to liang Juan from life, so she pays him to throw her out from apartment. Next day, Tiang gets discharged. Juan was packing when landlord throws their luggage out and says, "Your child has disease, and we may get infected, so leave now." After that, landlord threatens to burn luggage. Juan gets angry and says, "I will burn house too." Then Han's assistant comes and pushes landlord, and Han also arrives and scares him with knife. Juan says, "We do not want to stay in rude people's house," and leave. Landlord comes after her, but his wife stops him saying they already got money and lianged them. Han hears this and sends assistant to bring them. Juan thanks him. He says, "If I did not come to save Liang's child, then I had to come anyway." After that, she says Liang is not Tiang as father. Han asks, "Then who is father?" They argue again. Assistant brings car and says, "We will take you to new house." Tiang insists, and they all sit in car. He holds their hands and sleeps on Han's shoulder. Han says there is international fare, so hotels are not available. Small hotels are not good for child health, so my apartment is empty. You both can stay there. After that, Juan agrees, at least for child. Tiang in sleep says, "I found my handsome father." Han looks at both of them. They reach apartment. Tiang becomes very happy and insists to sleep with dad and mom. Han agrees, and Juan also agrees after his repeated insistence. Juan says, "Tiang uncle will only stay and sleep with you for tonight." He tries to get up from the wheelchair and come to the bed, and he successfully does it. He tells the assistant to go outside. The assistant goes out and tells Juan to take care of Mr. Han and give him the new medicine on time. After that, he becomes very nervous thinking about sleeping arrangement. Tiang suddenly comes there shouting. Tiang holds her and falls asleep. On the other hand, both of them look at each other and then sleep facing the other side. Because of being in pain, Han cannot sleep at all. Only romantic thoughts are coming in Juan's mind, so she goes to the hall and sleeps on the sofa. In the morning, Tiang goes to wake her up because he needs to go to the toilet. After that, she tries to open the bathroom door, but it does not open, so she takes him inside. Han is taking a bath. She gets scared and rushes inside, where she sees Han unconscious and gets very worried. She checks him and realizes he has a very high fever, so she asks for a blanket to Tiang. He keeps saying, "Please don't leave me," and seeing his condition, she becomes liangtional and says, "I will not leave you." After that, she cries and apologizes, while he comes with a blanket and she calls the assistant. The assistant brings medicine for him. Han is still unconscious, but sitting nearby, saying funny things and asking for breakfast. Assistant takes Tiang for breakfast. Juan takes care of Han while checking him again and again. After that, he suddenly says, "Please don't leave me," and she kisses him to comfort him. The assistant comes and sees them, saying, "I saw nothing," and both of them quickly get up. Han asks, "What happened to me?" The assistant tells him, "You had fever and slept in the bathroom." After that, he says, "I knew she cannot take care of herself properly." Juan says, "Okay, then we should go. This is not our house." She starts packing in the room, but Ting feels very sad. Juan tries to convince him that this is not our house and we should not disturb them. After that, Han says Tiang should stay here. Tiang says, "I like this house," and Uncle Han also. They decide to let them stay there, and Tiang gets very happy. He goes to play, but Juan stops him saying Han is still not well. They all decide to stay there. After that, the assistant says, "I already arranged kindergarten for Tiang." Han says, "I will take care of both of them." Tiang calls him dad-like figure and asks him to take care of his mom. Han promises to take care of them both. After that, Juan hears everything from outside and cries. Taeyong says I see like my real dad. Han becomes reactional. Han's mother calls and assistant informs her that Han is staying there. After that, Han's mother gets angry. She slaps the assistant and warns him to speak carefully. Lena also slaps Juan in anger. Juan says don't talk about your limit. Lena says your chapter is over. And she leaves angrily. Han asks Juan what Lena came to take. She says I don't care anymore. Han becomes silent. Han lets them stay because he thought if both live together then they can come close again. After that he leaves for medical checkup. Then reporters start asking questions about Han and Lena's engagement. These reporters were called by Lena, so all reporters keep asking about their marriage. Lena says before that we are family friends and talks about marriage are going on. Han mother also announces that in a few days her birthday is coming and on that day she will announce Han and Lena engagement. Then one reporter says 6 years ago Han was engaged with a girl named Juan. What happened to her? Hearing this, Lena takes Han mother away and the man who supports Juan beats that reporter. Juan feels sad after seeing Han engagement news. Taeyong talks to Han on video. Colin asks, when will you come back? I miss you a lot. Please come soon. You promised you will become my father, so you cannot break promise. Han says, then you have to listen to me till I come back. You have to take care of your mama. Taeyong says, yes, I will take care of mama. Liang comes there to meet them. Taeyong becomes very happy seeing him and asks, why did you make me wait so long? I missed you too. Liang says I was busy in my village, but I brought a very nice toy for you. He sends him to play with toy and then talks with Juan about movie shooting and calls her for script reading. Next day Liang and an actress named Mary come for script reading and perform some scenes which the director also likes. Mary wants to see one scene, so she asks Juan to act it so viewers can understand point of view. Juan starts acting with Liang, where they have to touch each other's faces and feel reactions, and this scene becomes very reactional and romantic, which director and Mary also like. Han also reaches there, and after seeing this he becomes very jealous, so he goes inside and tells the director to select someone else instead of Liang. The director tries to explain that Liang is the best actor for this role, but Han says if that is the case then the director should also be changed, because I am the producer. The director becomes silent. Mary Sitter says, Han, it has been a long time since you met me. Will you replace me? Also no, right then. Liang is also perfect for this role and your scandal already helped in promoting this movie, so do you want to reduce the hype? Han cannot say anything and comes outside with his assistant. After some time he tells his assistant to call Juan to talk. Juan comes to talk and says Liang is perfect for that role, so you should not replace him. Han says, then what do you want? She says, we just signed the contract, so if you Liang him then contract will break. Han says it does not matter to me, but if you want me not to Liang both of you then you have to do something. He tells her to Liang her dress. Juan gets angry and says, are you mad? Han gives her a new dress and says, I meant change your dress and wear this one because you have to come with me. She asks, can I change in the car? Han says there is no time, so change here. She asks him to turn his face and starts changing her dress. Later we find out that it was Han mother birthday where she invited all her friends and media because she was going to announce Han and Lena engagement. Lena was trying very hard to impress Han mother. Han comes there with Juan. Juan asks, what is this party? Han says, today is my mother birthday and today you're my girlfriend. Juan gets shocked. The party starts and many friends come who mostly ask about Han and Lena marriage. Han arrives with Juan and media people get shocked seeing her. Han ignores Lena and wishes his mother happy birthday. His mother ignores Juan. Then her friends ask when engagement will be announced. Before she says anything, Han says, I have not decided anything about engagement and today I came with my girlfriend. Everyone gets shocked. Lena feels embarrassed and leaves. Her parents ask Han mother for explanation. She says, I will explain later. Mary comes there with a gift and takes Juan aside and talks about her relationship. Han mother asks Han, why did you bring Juan and why did you refuse engagement? Han says, I never agreed to marry Lena, so how did you announce my engagement? Han mother becomes silent. Lena's mother talks and says, 6 years ago, because of you your daughter relationship broke and now again you are coming between their relationship. One says, whatever it is Han's choice. Then it is revealed that Lena's grandfather, who was a surgeon, tried to cure Han 6 years ago, but he failed, which means Lena lied that her grandfather can treat him. Lena gets angry and goes outside where that man who supports her named Chin comes. Lena gets scared thinking he may tell everything inside, but Chin says, do not worry, I just came to meet you and yes, I also beat that reporter because he was talking about your relationship. Lena says, I did not tell you to beat him. Chen says, I thought it will create problem for you, so I did it. Lena tells him not to come here again. and leaves. Juan sees both of them together. Juan remembers that on the mountain the person who locked her in the shed was Chin. She saw him from window, so she calls Liang to find details about Lena and Chin. It is revealed that Lena sent Chin 6 years ago to the mountain top, so Juan gets angry and confronts him, saying you cannot even do one work properly, you should have killed her and finished it. Chin slaps Lena and says do not take out your frustration on me just because you cannot go close to Han, and I will do what I want and do not lecture me, and leaves. Liang was watching them from far. Han comes. Tiang becomes very happy and Han asks Juan, where did you go without telling me? Juan says talks about your engagement were going on, so what was my work there? Han says I just came back yesterday, so I did not know, and Juan then leave angrily. Tiang says uncle, you made mama angry. He asks do you know how to make her happy? He says yes. Then Tiang shows him a drawing book and says whenever mama is sad she draws in this and becomes happy. Han sees the book and finds it full of his sketches and becomes happy. Then Juan comes and sends Tiang to sleep and sees Han holding her book. Han says even if book is yours, but inside there is only me not you. She gets angry and sits on sofa saying how can he touch my things without asking? Han asks what are you saying? She avoids and says it is sleeping time, so you should leave. Han says I cannot go today because I did not listen to my mother, so she threw me out and I have to stay here. Juan quickly says then you can sleep wherever you feel comfortable. I have to sleep because tomorrow I have to go to shooting set. She goes to her room smiling. Tiang asks why are you smiling? She says nothing. He says call uncle also to sleep with us. She says we already decided uncle will sleep with us for one night. Next day at shooting set there was a fighting scene where villain throws Liang on table. Han keeps reshooting scene again and again to trouble Liang. This time Liang gets hurt badly. Mary comes and asks, why are you repeating scene? Han says shooting will continue until I like it. If Liang has problem he can rest. Juan gets worried seeing this, but Liang says he is fine. Mary applies spray on his back. Juan comes to check and Mary leave. Juan asks are you fine? Mary is taking so much care. Is there something between you? Liang says nothing, like that she is my senior and I treat her like elder sister. Juan says so she is like your elder sister like me. Liang says I do not treat you like sister. It is revealed Liang has one-sided love, but Juan treats him like younger brother. Then Juan goes to pick Tiang. She goes to buy food for Tiang and Han also follows her. She was angry at him for reshooting scene. Han says okay I will not do such thing again, so you can stop being angry. She says I do not have time to talk, I have to bring healthy food for Tiang. Han says I also did not eat, can you bring food for me too, or we can go together. They go together. Meanwhile Han mother comes to Juan house and knocks door. Tiang asks who is outside. She says I am not stranger, I am Han mother. Tiang says mama told me not to open door for strangers. She says I am not stranger, I am Han mother. He opens door. He says mama went to bring food, please sit. Grandmother, she feels happy seeing him as he looks like Han childhood. She gives him candy which he eats happily. She notices similarities between Han and Tiang, so she asks his age and gets more doubt that he might be Han's son, so she asks his birth date. She finds that he was born few months after Juan left, which increases her doubts, so she aggressively asks, who is your father? Tiang gets scared, and at that moment Juan and Han arrive. Han gets angry at his mother for talking like that. Tiang hides candy behind, so his mother does not get angry. Juan checks him, and Han mother says I was just talking. Juan angrily says how can you talk aggressively with small child? She finds out that he has rare diabetes, so he cannot eat sweets. She asks who gave him candy. Han mother says I gave, and I did not know about his illness. They rush him to hospital. There they find he has diabetes and kidney problem, which is genetic disease in Han family, which his grandfather also had. Han mother asks why did you not tell me about this if something happened? Then Han asks why are you caring so much about Tiang? She says he is very cute, so I was worried. She asks do you know his biological father? He says I just asked casually and leaves. Han understands his mother also has doubt, but he already suspected, so he ordered to find all information about Tiang. He calls to ask about it. Juan goes to her doctor friend and asks to do DNA test of Tiang and Han and keep it secret. Han mother was coming out with doctor when she meets Lena, who came to meet her grandfather. She gets doubt why she came to laboratory. Assistant comes to Han house with information file, but before going to Han, his mother calls him and asks why Han wants this information. Assistant was loyal to Han mother, so he tells everything that Han asked to find about Tiang and gives file. She opens and sees birth certificate and keeps it. She tells assistant to inform Han that no Information was found because she wants to confirm. First assistant tells same to Han orders to investigate more. It is also revealed Juan topped her studies and lived with her grandmother, and from there Liang and her became friends. Lena calls Han and invites him to dinner. Juan also comes with Liang at dinner. Liang asks about her relationship. She tells everything. Liang asks, does Han know that Tiong is his son? She says she does not want to tell because they belong to different worlds and she wants simple life. For Tiong, Liang says truth cannot stay hidden forever. One day, he will know. Then Han arrives there with Lena and sees Juan with Liang and feels jealous. He sits at nearby table. Lena taunts Juan, asking if she is on date with Liang. Juan ignores. Han says, I never refused marriage with you. Lena becomes happy. Juan was still angry because of his mother, so after dinner she leaves with Liang. Han holds her hand and stops her and asks, do you not have even a little care for me? Do I not have any place in your heart? She asks him to leave her hand. Liang tries to separate them. Han gets angry and says, it is between us, you should not interfere. Juan says, do not take your anger on others. Han asks why you always support Liang. Liang says, I am involved in all her matters. Han says, she is mine forever. Liang gets angry and holds his collar, saying, how dare you? Han says, do you know my power? I can destroy your career. Liang says, maybe you are rich, but physically I am better. Han stands up from his wheelchair. It is revealed he is cured after surgery abroad. Juan gets shocked that he was pretending all this time. She gets angry and leaves. She was angry because Tiong fainted before. Han does not react to her happiness after his recovery. Lena was outside director laboratory because she found out that Han mother asked for Tiong paternity test. Lena asks, doctor, what are these reports? They say we are going to give them to Han's mom. She says, I am about to go to their house, so I will deliver them. Then she takes the reports from the director. Inside, when they open and check, they find out that Tiong is Han's son. She tears the real DNA report and puts another DNA report inside and sends it to his mom. According to that, yes, Tiong and Han's DNA did not match. In the house, Juan thinks yes, everything is fine now. She thinks what should she do now, but she wanted to talk to Han, but she cannot get the courage to message from the front. The same situation was there from his side, but he was feeling bad, so he wanted to say sorry, but he could not call her. Juan comes to meet his mom. She becomes very happy after seeing the report. She understands everything and shows the report to Han and again starts talking bad about and tells her to stay away from her. He says it does not affect him at all. On the shooting set, after pack up, everyone is going home, but Han says we need to change the script, so we will have to work extra time. She calls Tiong and tells her she will come a little late, so sleep after dinner like a good child. She goes to talk about it, where both of them sit and make many changes in the script, which Juan also agrees is correct. After this, he says sorry to Juan for not telling about the surgery. She says, I don't need to be told this. Han's mind is only thinking about his mom's words when she saw the DNA test and said Tiong is not your son. He again asks who is Tiong's father. He says this is my private matter. She had already refused. Han's mother still thinks that somehow Tiong is her grandson because there are many similarities. She says DNA test cannot be wrong, so it must be some other child. But Tiong sees her. He says, Grandma, are you here to meet me? He says to Han's mother, I am your grandson, because Uncle Han promised he will become my father. She gets angry and says, what nonsense are you talking? He will not become your father. Tiong feels very hurt. He tells Grandma to go away from here. After that, he becomes silent. He notices the insulin bottle is finished, so he it and takes it to the nurse. Side, Han thinks he does not deserve to know who his father is. It is not necessary now. She go to the hospital. Tiong gets an insulin injection from the nurse. She asks about his mom, whether she has come or not. Tian says my mom is very hardworking. She works a lot for my treatment, so I worry about her. The nurse asks, where is your father? He says, I don't have a father. I am searching for my dad, so I can give my mom's responsibility to him. Juan also reaches the hospital and hears this outside the room. She feels very sad. The assistant talks about shooting progress. He says Juan is working very hard these days. She has no rest, so he is worried about her. At 9 p.m. on the shooting set, the director calls Juan to his room to discuss the script. She goes there and he gives her juice. After drinking it, she feels dizzy and understands the director has mixed drugs in the juice. The director tries to harass her. She tries to leave, but cannot move properly. He throws her on the bed. Liang comes and knocks on the door. The director tapes Juan's mouth so she cannot shout. Liang hears outside, but the director says I am sleeping. We will talk tomorrow. Liang thinks maybe she left, But Juan drops something and screams Liang's name. Liang breaks the door and enters. He hits the director and takes Juan, but she is unconscious. He takes her to the hospital. He is very angry. He promises Juan he will not leave the director and will punish him. Later it is revealed Lena had planned this with the director. Juan had a dream again and again. She gone to the director's room and got scared. Liang asks her to file a police complaint against the director, but she refuses because it may affect the company. The director is still relaxed because he knows she will not damage the company's name. During shooting, director gets angry and throws hot water on Liang. It is also shown that Mary likes eyeing. Mary knows the director is doing all this on purpose, so she asks him to stay calm. They plan to teach the director a lesson, but later the director threatens Liang that if he speaks anything, his career will be finished. He also talks badly about Juan. Liang loses control and beats him. Then he records everything on his phone. In the end, the director gets arrested and his reputation is ruined in the media. For doing bad acts with girls, with media he also damages his reputation by his own hand. And after this Liang drinks because he was feeling very bad for Juan because he could not protect her. Mary controls him, and at that time they also get news that the director has been arrested. After that, Mary understands that all this was done by Han. So next day she goes to hospital to meet Juan where he was also watching this news. There she tells about his condition and he was feeling very guilty for not protecting Juan. And Mary also was feeling very bad. She understands that Mary likes Liang and when asked Mary says that he treats me like scenery. She says do not worry, one day he will understand your feelings. She understood that Han has done all this, but because of director arrest their company's share price became very low. They had lost, but he promised that he will fix everything in some time, so she comes to say thank you. After that, Han says sorry that I could not protect you, and talks about forgetting old things and starting new life. She asks, can you forgive me for leaving you 6 years ago? I still feel very bad. He says I cannot live without you, so please can you stay with me? He says I want to protect you and Tiang. She smiles, but before she says something Liang calls him. He also gets call from his assistant, because both together caught Lena. After that, they reach there, and Liang tells them that behind all this Lena was there, and 6 years ago she was dating Chin. She wanted to marry Han badly, so she made Chin do many illegal works, and 6 years ago she sent Chin to mountain to kill Juan. After that, she told him to make it look like accident, so she also planned set collapse, and Chin also told that Lena told director to assault. Chin did this because he understood Lena's mental condition is not good, and she can do any crime. He confesses everything and is ready to surrender, and he also has call recording. After that, Liang plays call recording in front of everyone. Hearing this, everyone gets shocked that she told to hurt director. Han's mother slaps her for harassment of Juan, but Lena says sorry again and again and convinces them. Han mother does not like Juan much, so she calls Han to come home for dinner to understand peacefully. After that, Lena gets very angry seeing Juan there with Han and says why you brought her. Juan says I want to ask some questions and then I will leave. She asks did you tell director to drug and assault me? Director gets confused. From this she understands truth. But Han's mother defends Lena. She says nothing serious happened, so by taking apology the matter can be sorted out. Han says do you feel this is a small thing? Lena also says sorry to her that even now. Han says why are you defending her? Do you even know what all she has done? 6 years ago a mistake happened. I did nothing 6 years ago. I did not hurt them. And even Juan left him. Then Juan closes her mouth and says that now your truth is already exposed, and with you even Chin has surrendered and all your crimes are confessed. After that she goes to show some photos, and while holding all those photos she says that I do not want to go there. Saying this she falls at mom's feet and says that I have loved him since childhood, so how can I hurt him? Then she plays an audio recording where she is said that 6 years ago she told Chin go to the mountain, and in this way it was made to look like an accident, which even goes against her when everyone listens to it. Then she starts behaving like a mad person and says that I did nothing, everything happened because of them. And from the table he picks up a knife and goes to attack Juan, and to save her Han comes in front and knife hits his back. In the next scene we are shown the hospital where the operation was going on. Meanwhile outside, Juan and Han's mom were very scared. After some time, the surgery ends and the doctor comes out and says that now he is out of danger, and you both feel relieved. Then in the morning Juan and his mom go to see him where he had still not gained consciousness, and his mom was feeling dizzy because out of fear she had not eaten. anything she says to go home, but says she will stay here to take care. After that, mom thanks her for taking care and also says sorry to her for misunderstanding for so long, because now she got to know that 6 years ago Lena had given a fake promise to cure him and made her agree. She says it is okay and mom leaves. Meanwhile, his mom was just going out of the hospital when she meets the doctor, who tells her that your grandson treatment went very well and he will be fine soon. She asks, my grandson? Then the director tells that the child for whom you asked for DNA test, his DNA matches with Han, so Taeyong is your grandson. Hearing this, Han's mom becomes shockingly surprised because she had started doubting Lena as she understood that the reports were changed. Then she asks the assistant about Lena and the assistant tells that Lena has been arrested. Assistant says that we should tell Mr. Han about the good news, but mom says not now, let him recover first. When he gets fine and comes home, I will tell him myself. Because of surgery, he gets a fever. She takes care of him all night, and by morning his fever goes down. But Han is still unconscious. He says, don't leave me, don't go. She says, sorry, I will never control you like this. I am sorry for leaving you. She starts crying and tells him that she missed him a lot for many years. My love for you did not become less even for one day. He finally opens his eyes and becomes very happy. He asks her the reason why she left 6 years ago. She tells everything. He realizes she misunderstood everything and feels guilty. She says sorry. He asks her if it is really true that her love did not become less even for one day. She says yes. They finally patch up. He kisses her, and Liang sees them. He understands both love each other, so he ends his one-sided love and moves on. Meanwhile, Han's mom goes to the kindergarten to convince Taeyong. She now understands about his cancer and brings toys for him. But Taeyong hides behind the teacher. He says sorry, I was angry before. But he does not want to meet her and runs away even when grandma shows toys. Juan is taking care of Han. In the morning, she feeds him healthy food. Han asks her to start living together. He says he will never force her for anything she does not want. If she is worried about Taeyong, he will love him like his own child. Juan says she is not worried. She says Taeyong already likes him a lot. She thinks how to tell that Taeyong is actually their son, but she is scared Han will get angry, so she hides it. Han comes and hugs her tightly and thanks her for taking care of him. Liang and Taeyong start playing again. Han's mom is waiting at home. The assistant tells her that Han took them home because he missed them a lot. She wants to go and tell the truth about Taeyong, but it is too late, so he is stopped and told to go in the morning. She remembers everything and realizes she handled things very badly. Taeyong comes and says he wants to sleep with them, but they say Han is not well, so he agrees and goes to sleep. After he sleeps, Han calls Juan to his room to help change his bandage. While doing this, they come very close. His heartbeat gets fast. She asks why his heartbeat is fast. He says, don't you understand? And kisses her again. Next morning, Han's mom arrives. Taeyong gets scared and runs away again. He refuses to take toys and says he doesn't want to talk. Juan does not understand his behavior. Han says they will talk later and asks his mom to come with him. Before leaving, he tells Juan to remember Saturday, their date. In the car, Han still does not know Taeyong is her real grandson. They pass a jewelry shop, and he buys a diamond ring to propose. At home, she says Taeyong is her grandson, but he says DNA did not match. Mom reveals the report was changed. Han is shocked and upset that Juan hid such a big truth. Juan gets ready for the date and waits the whole day, but Han does not come. She calls him many times, but he does not pick up. At night, she understands he is not coming and goes to his house. It is raining heavily. Han arrives and she asks why he didn't come. He says he was very busy in the office. She asks what is going on and why he is upset. She says she now understands that he knows Taeyong is their son, and she was going to tell him today. But he is very angry and says if she had not done the DNA test, she would have kept lying to him forever. He says he asked her many times who Taeyong is, and every time she said she has nothing to do with him. He says, how could you be so cruel? First you left me, and then after 6 years you came back with our child. She says she was very scared and did not want to lose Taeyong. She says Taeyong is everything she has. But he says, then do you have the right to keep a child away from his father? He says you never even thought how much a child needs his father. She says she was scared. But he says 6 years ago you did not care about my feelings, and even now you do not care. He says maybe you think you are doing this for everyone's good, but actually you are only thinking about yourself. She says she made this decision for everyone's good, but now everything is fine and they can start again. But he is very angry and leaves without saying anything. When he reaches home, his mom asks if he talked to her. She says if he does not talk properly, she will take Taeyong away. This makes him more upset. The next day, she comes to meet him at the office, but he does not meet her. She keeps waiting outside every day. 1 week passes like this. She starts thinking maybe he will never come back, so she decides to leave the city. But she cannot find the necklace he gave her 6 years ago. She searches the whole house and becomes very stressed. Taeyong calls Liang and tells him that his mom is crying a lot. Liang understands and comes there. He finds out Taeyong had hidden the necklace because he did not want his mom to leave. He sends Taeyong inside to play and then talks to her. She says the necklace is very special and she does not want to lose it. Meanwhile, Taeyong calls Han and asks why he has not come to meet them for so many days. He says nothing. Liang then asks her if she has decided to never tell Taeyong the truth. She says he is still too small to understand. She will tell him when he grows up. She finally decides and gives the necklace back. Liang takes it to Han and tells him that she is leaving. He also tells him how much she cared for him and kept his necklace safe. He says she is not selfish. He explains that 6 years ago she left him only to protect him. She thought he might get hurt if she stayed. He says she even gave up her love so he could be safe. She did not tell him about Taeyong because she was afraid he would hate her and take the child away. Liang says now you must decide what you want to do, because tomorrow they are leaving. Han remembers the past when they secretly ran away together and how strong their love was. In the present, Taeyong says he misses Han a lot and wishes he was with them. They're about to board the flight. Suddenly, someone comes to help them, and it turns out to be Han. She is shocked but happy. Taeyong becomes very happy and says he knew Han would not leave him. Han smiles and says now he should call him dad, not uncle. Taeyong gets very happy and says finally he got his father. He says he already knew he was his father. Everyone becomes happy as a family. During the journey shooting, Liang and Mary's love story started. They slowly start spending time together and love starts growing between them. At the airport, Han finally proposes to Juan for marriage. And finally, with their kiss, the story ends.